Hello and welcome to another episode of the Naughty Nerds. I hope you're okay. In this week's episode, I really wanted to talk all about the importance of having a brand voice and a match made in harmony with a logo, and how it really matters in the growth and the profitability and also the futurability of your brand. When you start a brand, you very rarely think too much into the logo. It is something that is often at the back of people's minds when it comes down to creating a business, running a business, and getting one off the ground. However, if you can invest initially in that sort of first period, a good amount of time to work on your logo and your brand voice, it's going to serve you purpose in future. It's going to last you a long time. It's going to show that you're a professional, caring, and responsible business. And also, if and when you do go to sell your business, that brand is already established in terms of a visibility and an identity, as well as a voice. So it's very easy for someone else to pick up where you are in terms of your business, but also not just if you ever go to sell it. If you bring on a third party to write content for you, it has that sort of tone and that someone can pick it up basically. They know how to use your logo, they know how to use your colors, they know how to use your brand tone of voice and how your brand sounds. And we do this for our clients and we experience this with our clients, whether it's an already existing big brand that we work with. And let's say, for example, their design team don't have any capacity at the moment. What they might do is they might send their brand style guidelines and say, hey, we need this leaflet creating, we need this brochure creating. Here's all the assets, i.e., imagery and content. What we need you now to do is design it. Now, every designer has different creative thoughts and processes on how they would do something, and also their style and sort of what they think would work well. Whereas a brand style guideline is a little bit like a Bible of that brand. It also covers the design element, but as well as a tone of voice. And if you can knuckle that down in the very beginning, if you see yourself working with third parties or for when new people on board into your business, when you have new starters, whether that be full, part time, third parties, outsourcing agencies, they have that brand Bible that they can use and they can work from when they're creating your content, when they're creating your blog posts, and when they're working on your SEO, for example. And a lot of the clients that we work with, not just big brands, have that asset already in place, which means it's super easy for us to pick it up and then literally run with it. It might seem like something is a very big pain to do initially. However, it is most definitely worth it within the long run. And if you invest that time when creating your logo, the same thing will apply. Some people will say that businesses need to rebrand every 2 to 3 years. It's a very interesting topic that I think a lot of people get a little bit too caught up in. Your brand is your baby. Nautilus is my baby. We had our first logo created a long time ago. I'm probably going to say about 4 or 5 years ago. And at the moment, we're going through a rebrand, and it is nothing completely different. It is just a fresh and a modern and a new take on our logo. So that will be launching in the next, where are we now? September, maybe October, November. It might even be December, as we're very busy with client projects. And I always put them first before our own website and logo needs. But the logo has been finalized, and we spent a lot of time working on that, making sure the team were happy with it, going through feedback, going through rounds of revisions. And what we didn't do, and what I didn't do when I initially had the logo made when I first started Nautilus, is I didn't put that time in. I just thought, yeah, it looks nice, and just sort of moved on and forgot about it. Whereas with our website design, for example, the current website design that you see is something that was put together on a reasonable timeline, and it was very rushed in terms of development. So there are bugs on our website that we've not just got round to working on. So what we're doing is when we're building out our new website and designing our website page by page, we're ensuring that everyone is happy with it, everyone is signed off with it, and we don't want to make any changes, and it is perfect. So that means if it does mean that we need to go through a revision 3 to 4 times, we've already done that process, and we know when we've signed that off and development start working on it, it is approved and we are ready to go. And a little bit of advice if you work with an agency or a freelancer or even ourselves, when it comes down to working on your tone of voice, when it comes down to working on your logo and actually what you want, make sure you communicate correctly and in a good way. Because at the end of the day, and I've said this time and time again, if I could literally get some cables and plug it into your brain and understand what you like and what you dislike when it comes down to logos, we would save so much ag when it comes down to working on those projects, because it is very hard to communicate what you do and do not like. And what we always do with our clients is we always ask them and get physical examples, and see, okay, do you like this? Do you not like this color? Are there any colors that you don't like? Are there any brands that you don't like? And we make sure that we stay away from that as much as we can, unless we come up with a very rogue idea and say, look, actually, we've seen this. What do you think of it? So when you're working on that brand style guideline, or if you've never done one before, there are so many templates out there online, and it could be something very, very simple, such as, we are not a corporate brand. We like to be friendly. We like to be authoritative. I love that word, don't you? Authoritative. But we also want to give information back to our clients and our prospective leads. We want to be that authoritative voice that is always in the back of their head. If they're working on their website, they'll always remember, okay, Tom, Bob, Jane said from Nautilus in their blog post or on a discovery call, okay, you need to make sure you do this when writing your meta descriptions. And there are so many, and this is what really bugs me about social media, there are so many people on LinkedIn that claim to be, I don't know, not claim to be, sorry, I should word that wrong, consultants. And this happened massively in COVID. Everyone was a digital marketer, and stuff that I see on LinkedIn, especially when it comes down to SEO, is just things that don't make any sense and are not factual at all when it comes down to real life information. And it is very hard to navigate those cowboys that are out there. And hopefully, by putting together a good brand style guideline, you can ensure that whoever is writing copy, whoever is creating that content, can all sort of merge into one. And it puts that chef's kiss literally on your brand, because it is an asset that will follow you through in everything that you do. And if you ever do need to outsource or work with a third party agency, you have that Bible that can literally be opened and it will list everything down to that brand, and you know what is working and what is not working. And it positions you, if it's done correctly, in a way that shows you are an authoritative figure. And especially when it comes down to SEO, that is what you want to do 100%. I hope this has been useful. Start working on your brand style guidelines, start working on your brand Bible, have it ready for when you do need it, when you onboard new people into your business. And I promise you, spending half a day or a few hours on it is going to last you a lifetime, especially when you sort of start to scale and work on your business and not work in it. Hope you've enjoyed this week's video podcast episode. I don't know what I'm going to call it because it's a merge of everything. If you have, please leave a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Naughty Nerds, here every week without fail with a wonderful video and hopefully some valuable information that you can take away and start implementing in your business today. Stay awesome, stay safe, but most importantly, stay nerdy.